Super creativity with the pulse, how human centered storytelling, AI, smart gifting, redefining. You look very tech savvy, mate, anyway. What is the new innovation that we're going to hear that people are not aware about? Super creativity with the pulse, how human centered storytelling, AI, smart gifting, redefining. You look very tech savvy, mate, anyway. You sound like a lot of technical stuff already in your head. Something is going on already. Some crazy stuff is going on. What is the new innovation that we're going to hear that people are not aware about?
Yeah, I don't know that it's that people haven't heard about it, but in terms of the application, I would say. So AI obviously is at the forefront right now, and I
Mhm.
think a lot of different industries and disciplines are
Of
learning how
course.
to adapt AI, and the promo product industry is no different, right?
Right, right,
So
of
how do
course.
we use AI? And it's from two angles. It's how do we use AI on our side, right? When we're pitching products and selling items, and then how do we use AI to communicate and play a
And
part in the client's.
some people think AI is going to take their jobs, but I think they are wrong about it. AI is not going to take anybody's job. In fact, you need somebody to run the AI.
That
No?
is true. Yeah,
And
the AI right now is only as good as it's prompted. So it really does take like category experts to,
yes,
if you're a doctor, for example, and you're using AI, you need to have the background and the skill set to know exactly what to ask it specifically so that it
right.
gives you the answer that's going to be most accurate.
If you go to Gmail, the topic creativity with pulse, human centered storytelling, AI, smart gifting are redefining brand experience 2025. The whole year was technology driven. The first question for you, you call yourself a slash creator, strategist, marketer, relationship activator. How is it multi hypernate mindset shape the way you approach storytelling, client experience at Brilliant?
Yeah, I'd say it's interesting because my background is in marketing.
Right.
And just like sales, marketing is a field where you have to wear many hats. It's almost like you're an actor. One day you might be selling Colgate to, to moms, and the next you might be selling sports drinks to athletes. You have to know how to get into that character. And I think the hyphenated approach or wearing many hats is crucial in order to
Right.
do a really good job, to put yourself in the shoes of the audience.
Right. I mean, and if you go to see, I mean, you have such a hands-on experience. If we look at your tech side, wherein from product making to if Tommy, this has been a great, incredible conversation that we're going to have today. The first answered AI is going to take not going to people job, is going to help people. How you going to use them, the prompt. Well, thank you for sharing your perspective and creativity AI and what it takes building brand experience that actually resonate with people. Wherein the well audience wants to know how does you look at things, how does you make things easy for yourself, how that is possible the other person can also do. The second question was, you've been experimenting heavily with AI, even creating an AI generative rock band song for internal strategy content. How do you see AI enhancing, not replacing, creative teams in promo and gifting space?
I see AI amplifying creative teams, not
Wow.
replacing them. I
Right.
think that, you mean one could have the thought, well, I'm a graphic designer and, now AI could mock up this product for me in 2 seconds, whereas
Yeah.
before it would take me maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is like, yes, that task that used to take you 2 minutes was such minutia that now let the AI do that so you can do more of it and you can
Of
focus
course.
on other
Of
things that are a
course.
little more creative. So that's my approach. I view AI as more of an amplifier than it is a replacement tool or a hindrance of
Wow.
any kind.
And that's how you got into generated rock band song for internal strategy content, huh?
Yeah, I'd say, I've been AI, it's almost like a modern day, I don't want to call it a gold rush, but it's almost like how I felt when phone apps were
Right.
created in the early 2000s. And, you had Instagram and Facebook, and it just became this new thing. And I feel like that's the AI now. And before that, it was the internet. So that you had websites popping up.
Yes.
And there's so many different adaptations that from a creative standpoint, the sky's the limit. So yeah, I also like
Sky's
to
the limit.
to sort of experiment. Sometimes I'll pitch something to a client and they won't
Wow.
go for it. So I'll recycle that idea and I'll use it internally. So internally, yes, I have a newsletter that I route and I
Wow.
decided to create a fake rock band. I used an AI tool that actually wrote the song as it applies to our
Wow.
warehouse. We called it the pick and packs. And then to accompany the newsletter, we actually created a fictitious tour poster and we
Wow.
sent one of those out in the actual mail, which was a nice touch as well.
Wow. Well, today's episode is all about creativity with a pulse. I'm excited that you joined today, Tommy Gomes, Senior Director of Strategy, Creative Strategy at Brilliant. The third question, if you look at Brilliant is known for gifting, that means something from perspective. What separates a cool gift from a culture building gift that creates memorable brand moment?
Yeah, I think what separates it is I think there's a myriad of things that separates it. I think first and foremost,
Hmm.
is it timely in the sense that is it sort of playing into whatever's happening in the, in the lexicon of culture at the time.
Wow.
One example is I have a client right now, we have a lot of labubus, that
Right.
people are talking about. Everybody's coming to us and saying, can we source labubus? And they're so hard to get, the answer's no. But we have a client Reddit. They have a mascot. It's a little
Wow.
character called Snoop. So we decided to create our own labubu. And it's
Wow.
basically the little character dressed like a labubu, and it's like a keychain charm, like the labubus are.
Nice.
But like that to me is like playing into whatever the conversation is. We did a client gift earlier this year that was themed all around the groceries. It's a
Wow.
fictitious grocery store.
Uh-huh.
And, when we launched that, the price of eggs was in the news. So I think if you want to build something beyond just a cool gift and create something that's culture building, I would say you're building on culture with the gift. That's one way to try to do it. And just try to like plug into whatever the conversation is happening at the time.
So nicely explained about these three things, the three questions that we asked. The fourth one, you produce strat chat, internal newsletter, and creative campaign that people actually enjoy consuming. What's the secret of making this internal and external content that doesn't feel like marketing, but still drives brand alignment and result?
Yeah, I'd say it's finding levity
Okay.
and finding ways to communicate what you need to communicate, whatever that substance is, in
Right.
a way that is digestible to the audience. Almost
Right.
like when you want to trick a little kid into eating their broccoli. Something that I think a lot of teams everywhere struggle with is internally when they're reporting on their metrics and my
True.
team did XYZ, like a lot of that is so jargony sometimes that it just gets lost in translation. No one cares, in
True.
other words. So as a creative team, we decided to create a fictitious newsletter, which is called the Strat Chat. And every month we give it a different theme and we make jokes in there and there's Easter
Wow.
eggs hidden in the newsletter. And it's actually been so celebrated that it's something we're going to be rolling out public next year. So starting in January, we're going to have a public facing newsletter, obviously without metrics and stuff like that. But yeah.
Nice. Looking ahead, 2025, what trends or shift should distributors, creatives, and marketers be preparing for, whether in gifting, brand experience, or consumer expectations?
I think there's a couple of them. I think events are coming back with a vengeance.
Okay.
I think that a lot of brands, a lot of our clients have realized that the digital space is too crowded
Okay.
to be competing with people for their attention. So I think we're going to see an influx of a lot of brands doing, ice cream pop-ups
Right.
and, activations and stuff of that sort, which obviously require products to be sourced.
Right.
I think that there's also just going to be an emphasis on storytelling. I think if you look at the movie right now, I think that's coming out. Is it Marty? I think the one with Timothy Chalamet. They have a swag line and the movie hasn't even come out. I think we're going to see a lot of more of that. We're going to see a lot of
Wow.
people sort of dipping their toes into unconventional and commercial ways of promoting something. So like with a swag line, with a pop-up clothing store, like using e-commerce to promote a
Right.
story as well.
Beautiful. Thomas, this has been an incredible conversation. Thank you for sharing your perspective on creative AI, what brand build experience to actually resonate with people. For everyone listening, we'll include this into Brilliant and Tommy's work in show notes. Definitely check them out if you're looking for inspiration on how to build brand culture through creativity. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with someone, promote marketing and creative space. Tommy, thanks again for joining us and everyone who's tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode with some great output.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
One more thing, what is the
Yeah.
best email address to get in touch with you?
Oh, it's Tommy@brilliantmate.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, mate.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.